Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Recently, I've shared my own personal stories on YouTube, and I've even shared them on Facebook too. And I did this because I feel that it's great to listen to a story and have a face behind that story. I have asked for a long time for guys to actually come on camera and share their own story on the channel so people can put a face to the story, which I think really helps cement what the message is within that story to people that are watching. But unfortunately, a lot of guys are worried and they like to stay anonymous and they ask to have their faces blurred out.
I do.
Give me a little clue, Dan.
The one with the pregnant woman, that was your first one, wasn't it? The one with the pregnant woman, she was pregnant.
No, I don't want to talk about that one. I don't want to talk about that one.
We've already mentioned this one.
No, I got
you don't have to go into great detail, but just basically kind of summarise what happened.
My trip got off to a very slow start. I was hungover. I went out and got smashed the first night I was here.
So it's not easy. And the types of people normally you will get on camera, because I've seen it on other channels, are guys that come with an ego, don't fully tell the truth and put all the blame 100% onto the Thai woman, and they won't take accountability for a lot of their own mistakes, because we do make them. It's not always one-sided. Yeah, Thai women can be in the wrong, they can do crazy and wacky things that are totally out of order, but we're always not Mr. Perfect too. So we have to take that into account. So I shared my story. I've lived in Thailand in total for 9.5 years full time. And when I first went to Thailand, I naively got involved with a bar girl because I listened to long-term expats that told me that leave your Western brain at home. This is Thailand. This is how it works. Fill your boots and get involved. Otherwise, you're going to be unhappy with living here because these are the girls that are on offer. So they made me believe that you can only get with 3 or 4 type women. You can't get with a decent woman that's educated, that comes from a good family, and this is all you've got to have. So you either choose to get involved in this or you take celibacy and you just get on with your life in Thailand. So yeah, I messed up, and I messed up bad getting involved with a bar girl. And I never did that after that. I only need to make that one mistake once, and then bar girls and those types of women are off the menu completely. But the problem that you have is when you're dating and living in Thailand, you don't know anybody's history or background. You only know what they decide to tell you. And let's face it, a lot of people like to lie about their past. They don't want to admit, yeah, I used to stand on Beach Road and I used to go with 3, 4, 5 customers per day. I used to work in a bar and I was the best in the bar. I had so many customers. Nobody is really going to tell you that. They want you to believe that they are a good girl. They've always been hardworking. They've got morals, they've got ethics, blah, 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 because they're trying to sell themselves to you. So in reality, you don't know what that woman is really all about, because she's going to say whatever she needs to say in order for you to be with her and ultimately take care of her and maybe take care of her family. So it's very difficult to tell. The only warning signs that you can get is how they're dressing, the way they put the makeup on, the jewelry that they've got on, the handbags that they've got, the designer shoes that they've got. You can normally tell by the way somebody carries themselves and the way that they dress and the way that they kind of like do the makeup. There's a big difference between a Thai woman that's Farang style, that dresses like a 304, and a normal Thai woman that's normally Thai guy style that doesn't dress like that, guys. Yeah, there's a big difference. So I can always tell in a shopping mall or anywhere that I go, I can tell if someone's a bar girl or not, or an ex-bar girl or not, just by looking at how they present themselves. And Thai people can do too. once you understand it, it's pretty straightforward, and the tattoos are always a massive giveaway too. So after the bar girl saga, yeah, I got involved with a half Chinese, half Thai woman, and that went Pete Tong also. She lied to me for that whole length of time and didn't tell me that she had a boyfriend who is sponsoring her and he's heavily invested into her life and her family's life and is an integral part of it, and she can't lose that. You know, she was totally selfish at the end of the day. She only cared about herself. And didn't really put my feelings into the equation at all. And who wants to have a long-term relationship with someone who is that selfish? I personally don't. So I was fine to walk away from that relationship. I was fine to not allow her to jump on the back of my bike and sail into the sunset and run away. I don't want to be with someone like that. You know, it's only going to get worse, yeah? So that was done. So I moved from the bar girls, tried to get a normal girl that's not involved in that kind of industry. And then because she's involved with foreigners and she's dated foreigners, she's got a bloody foreign boyfriend the whole time. So then that taught me a lot as well. The ones that can speak English and the ones that have dated foreigners before, you can't fully trust them because they do have a lot of the same mentality that the bar girls have, unfortunately. So yeah, I moved on from that one and I decided to then change the game again and get with a woman that earned a good salary from a good family, even a different religion. She was Catholic, she wasn't, you know, Buddhist. So I thought, right, this is different. She dressed normal, she was educated, didn't dress like a 304. She spoke very well, the right kind of tone and everything, and come across prim and proper and wasn't an attention seeker. She didn't really have any red flags whatsoever. But the moment that I tried to leave her, she tried to lie to me to get me back with one of the biggest lies you could possibly do to a man and basically state that you're pregnant. So that made me realize as well that there's a lot of mental health issues going on over here. There's a lot of lies and there's a lot of like cuckoo stuff that happens with these women. And then I decided after that just to enjoy myself, play the field, etc. Then when I was due to go back to England and call it a day with Thailand, that's when I met the mother of my child, and a lot of long-term subscribers know what happened with that story. But it wasn't a financial relationship, but it was psychological warfare. And I wouldn't wish my relationship on my worst enemy. And then since that relationship broke up, for me, hell no, I am not getting involved. I've met a lot of Thai women over my time. I've dated quite a few. I've tried a few relationships and it's all been the same. Lies, lies, lots of lies. Lots of mental health issues going on. They can get quite violent if they don't get their own way, or you argue with them and you lock horns with them. And any Thai guy will tell you that if you get into an argument with your girlfriend or wife, it's always better to walk away until she calms down. So basically what that means is you can't discuss anything. It's her way or the highway. And if you don't want to agree to what she's saying, then enjoy the silent treatment for a couple of days or a week and keep your mouth shut and just don't argue back. Guys, who the hell wants to live a life like that? Definitely not me. Now remember, everything that I'm talking about is over the past 9.5 years. In Thailand before then, it was different. The Thai women were apparently a hell of a lot different. And a lot of guys had success in dating Thai women and creating families, having kids, etc. and living happily ever after. But the new modern Thailand is very ruthless for us foreigners. I've got a lot of Thai friends and I've got a lot of Thai female friends, and a lot of these women I would never ever get involved with in a million years because they've been very open and spoke to me about everything. And it seems to be a bit of a show-off culture with how much you're generating from a foreigner in terms of monthly money what he's bought you, what presents and gifts he's given you, what he's done to your house, etc., they'll get around their groups of friends and everybody will show off what they've generated from their Farang boyfriend, because they don't seem to look at Farang boyfriends or husbands the same way as they look at Thai boyfriends or Thai husbands. That's a lot more real, and they respect that a lot more with Thai guys. But with Farang guys, the mentality, from what I've learned from my experience, and a lot of people are not going to be happy with this, but I'm just going off my own personal experience, and I've done my best to learn everything about the country, and it's not all bad, guys. It's far from it. But the women that seem to be interested in foreigners and getting involved with foreigners and what they actually say when the foreigner's not around and they're just around groups of Thai people and they don't care about me because they know I know the score anyway, so they're happy to be open and honest, is that they just take the pee out of the guys and show off about what they've got, and they don't care about cheating on the boyfriends or husbands. They want to have fun. If they've got a foreigner they don't really fancy, but that guy's buying her gifts and giving her loads of money, then she's still a woman. She still has hormones. That guy's not going to fulfill it. He's just a sponsor to her. He's not even a human being. He's literally a walking, talking ATM. And they do look at a lot of these guys like they are simps. You know, they take the mick out of them. But again, guys don't want to hear that. But they still want to have fun. So they will still find foreigners for just a one night thing, or just a quickie or whatever, or Thai guys they want to have fun with, or have Thai boyfriends and that they're with on the side. They'll still get the needs met, if that makes sense. And as I've stated before in a lot of videos, I've never met, I have to be careful because I'm hoping people within the province that I live in don't watch this video. I don't think they will. They're too busy doing whatever with their lives. But I've not met a single couple where I know for a fact 100% that woman, that Thai woman, has been faithful to her husband or boyfriend, that they've been together on a long-term basis. A lot of them, I know the guys that they've slept with. Yeah. But then I can flip that around as well and basically say that their foreign boyfriends, their foreign husbands, I know who they've slept with as well. Yeah, not all, but again, it's probably the same, and that just seems to be how things seem to roll, especially out in Isan, in rural Thailand. A lot of it, that's how it works over there. I can imagine that the city life is way worse because there's loads more foreigners there. So it's a lot more crazy, but most of these foreigners don't realize what's really going on behind their backs. They don't really understand what the woman actually thinks of them and feels about them, because she's constantly smiling and being nice, because at the end of the day, that guy is a paying customer. If you're paying to be with that woman, that's why she's there. That's why she comes home to you every day. That's why she's smiling. That's why she's making you a pad krapao. Yeah, because you're a customer. They've told me themselves, if someone's paying, who's not going to lick your bum? Who's not going to be nice to you and smile and make out everything is A-OK? Some guys understand this, yeah? Not some, a lot of guys understand this, but most guys keep their mouths shut and they don't have a platform on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere, and they just stay quiet. It's none of their business. They get on with their own life. They're all right. They know the score, etc. But they will take the mick out of the guys that they see, that are getting done over. And if I go to a bar or a restaurant or a coffee shop and I'm sat there with a group of foreigners and another foreigner comes in with his wife, and one of the guys in the group basically will turn round to the group and say, yeah, I've slept with her. Yeah, and we'll all be like shocked, going, oh my God, they just don't change these women, do they? And then the other guy will come over and go, hey guys, you all right? Is everything okay? And everyone's like, yeah, mate, yeah, you're all right. And I just feel bad. I can't get close to other foreigners when I know what the wife's doing to them, because I know that one day the truth is going to come out and they're going to be broken. And a lot of these guys are investing heavily into their wives and girlfriends. They're buying houses, they're setting up businesses, they're buying land, they're paying for glamorous weddings to show off to the entire village, and that wedding, they can't really afford it, a lot of them, but they understand that, you know, showing face, saving face matters greatly to their partners, and they'll do everything they can to keep that woman happy. And it's not just because they love her and want the best for her, it's because that woman will pull a childish tantrum, not talk to them, give them the silent treatment, throw a wobbler, say she's going out, threaten the guy to say she's going to find a different foreigner that loves and respects her because this guy's not coughing up a load of money. Guys, it's bonkers, but nobody really wants to admit and tell the truth about what really goes on. So even for many, many years, even when I was in a relationship and everything was kind of going okay, I still always said, stay single in Thailand. You will live a good life. The cost of living, the life that you can live, you can travel around, you can be a free agent, you can play around. You know, you can have the same woman if you want to meet her. Just be careful, you know, but just don't get involved properly, because when you do, in this day and age, you're going to get wrecked. Now, you might think that your girlfriend's fine and you've been dating for 6 months, 3 months, or whatever the case may be, and there's been a few little blips and a few little red flags here and there, a few money requests, or she's managed to get a monthly salary out of you, and you feel like, yeah, it's not too bad. Wait, give it time. Watch what happens, and then hopefully in the future you come back to this video, you put your comment down and you went, yeah, Dan, I should have listened. But the fact is, when you've got a smoking hot woman that's all smiles and making you a pad krapow and being sweet with you and going to bed with you every night, guys just don't want to lose that. So they ignore the red flags, they ignore the warnings, and they ignore the gut instincts because they don't want to be alone. You have to remember that a lot of guys come from an invisible, lonely life back in their own home countries, and they just don't want to go back to that. And the only thing that I can say to you in regards to that is that there are a lot of women that will be interested in a Western European man. Yeah, there's plenty more Thai fish in the sea. You won't have to be alone. You can go with multiple women. You can do whatever you want. The best kind of life for anyone in this day and age is to live a bachelor lifestyle. Your money's your own. It's drama-free, stress-free, and you get to enjoy it, and you get your own peace of mind, and you get to live low cost of living, beautiful weather. You know, it's great, guys. Yeah, if you're smart and you don't get too involved. And if you do get involved and you're adamant that you want to get involved, then make sure you set ground rules, you know, and don't allow anybody to take the pee out of you. Take care, guys, and ciao for now. Bye-bye.